Hello, my crafty friends. Well, today I have a special little treat for you. We are going to focus on using a stamp set called the Queen Anne's Lace stamp set. And this particular stamp set is part of a new promotion during the month of September. Hi, it's Lynn Dunn from Stamptastic Designs. Thanks so much for joining me today. In this episode of Stamptastic TV, I have 4 different card ideas to share with you that were inspired by the September Get and Go promotion. Now, this particular promotion is a starter kit promotion. So if you've ever thought of becoming a demonstrator, whether to start a business or just to support your hobby, now is a great time to do it. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the Get and Go starter kit promotion from Stampin' Up. So I'm super excited about this promotion because not only does it include a variety of free products, it also includes some card kits so you can create these 4 different cards. Now, the card kits include the envelopes and all of the materials that you need to make 16 cards. So you can either make these cards for yourself, or if you plan on starting a business, then you can use these card ideas for your very first event. So it's really super cool. Now, if you're wondering how you are going to make those cards, well, let me tell you, you are going to get 2 stamp sets for free in your starter kit when you join during September. So the first stamp set is the Queen Anne's Lace stamp set. So it has some just beautiful images and sentiments in it. And the second stamp set that you will get for free in your starter kit is the So Much Love stamp set. So you will be able to create all 16 of those cards using these 2 stamp sets. You will also get a pack of rhinestones in your starter kit. So besides all that free stuff I just shared, you can also choose $125 worth of any products. So from the annual catalog, you can choose any of the products in here, or you can choose $125 worth of products from the holiday catalog. So you get all of this for $99. Okay, so let me recap this for you. You are going to get 2 stamp sets, a pack of rhinestones, a card kit for 16 cards plus all the envelopes, and you get to choose $125 worth of any products from either of the current catalogs, all for $99. Okay, so how cool is that deal? Now, this deal is only good through the month of September 2020. So if you are interested in taking part in this deal, you can find the link in the description below this video. Okay, so now that you know all about the starter kit, let me give you a couple more ideas about how to use the Queen Anne's Lace stamp set. So we'll focus on the Queen Anne's Lace stamp set today, and then I'll share some other ideas using the So Much Love stamp set at a later date. Okay, so here's the first card that I'm going to share with you that features the Queen Anne's Lace stamp set. So I'm going to stick with the same color theme, which is kind of based on the supplies that you'll get in your starter kit to create your cards. So I started with a piece of Whisper White cardstock for the base of my card. And then I cut a 5.5 by 4 1/4 inch piece of designer paper from the Brights Designer Series paper pack. So this piece is just going to cover the entire front of my card. So I'm just going to use some liquid glue. So the liquid glue just gives me the ability to slide this around so I can line up the edges of my pattern paper with the edges of my card front. Next, you're going to cut a 1.5 by 4 1/4 inch piece of one of the Coastal Cabana colors. So this is a piece of designer paper from that Brights Designer Series paper pack. So I'm just adhering that directly across the center of the card. And now we can set this aside and we can do our stamping. So I'm going to be using the Granny Apple Green and Coastal Cabana colors for my particular card. So we'll start by inking up our image. So we'll stamp our Queen Anne's Lace right on our little rectangular shape. Now I use the Stitch So Sweetly die to create the little scalloped shape here, the rectangular shape that I have. If you don't have that die set, you could include it in your starter kit, or you could just cut a piece of white cardstock at 3 by 4 inches. And that will work perfect for this. All right, next I'm going to use the image that fills in color in my little Queen Anne's lace there. So I'm just going to add a little bit of scrap paper here behind my image because we're going to do a little bit of stamping off. So basically I'm just going to ink up my image, and then I'm going to stamp it off on my scrap piece of paper. You can see how dark it is. And then I'm going to stamp it directly over my image, and it'll just give it a little lighter blue look. You can use the darker if you want, but I just like the light blue look. Okay, and now we will add our sentiment on the bottom, our little greeting. It's just going to say, hello, friend. Okay, so we'll bring our card base back. And now that we've completed our stamping, you can just add a couple dimensionals to the back of this shape and just adhere it directly on the card front, kind of like right in the center. And then for the finishing touch, we're just going to add a couple little rhinestones. Okay, there you go. Another quick and simple idea featuring the Queen Anne's Lace stamp set. Okay, the second card idea I have to share is another quick and simple card idea and a fun way to just kind of showcase this image a little bit differently. So we're only going to stamp part of the image instead of the full image. So let me show you how to make this one. So you're going to start with a piece of Coastal Cabana cardstock for the base of your card. And then you're going to cut a 3 by 5.5 inch piece of one of the Coastal Cabana prints in that designer series paper pack, and we're just going to adhere that right down the center of our card front. Okay, so we're going to set the card front aside, and we will bring back our scrap paper, and this time I have a 3.5 by 2.5 inch piece of white cardstock. Again, I use the Stitch So Sweetly dies, but if you don't have the dies, you can just cut a piece of white cardstock at 3.5 by 2.5. And then we're going to ink up our image again. So I'm just using the Granny Apple Green. And this time I'm going to stamp it off to the right-hand side. And then I'm going to use my Coastal Cabana ink again. And we'll just ink up this other image. We'll do a stamp off. And then we will stamp this over the top of the Queen Anne's Lace. And then we will add our little greeting. Okay, we can bring back our card base. And this time, before we adhere this piece, this stamped piece across the card, we're going to cut about a 9-inch piece of white ribbon. And I'm just going to fold it in half. So I've already kind of trimmed off the ends here, just kind of trimmed them diagonally. And this piece we're going to adhere right down the center of the card front. So to do this, I'm just going to use a couple little glue dots. So I'm going to put my glue dot right on my ribbon just to kind of hold it in place where I want it. And then we will adhere this to our card front, again with some glue dots. And then we'll take our little image and we will just adhere this right over the top of that ribbon, and it just kind of gives it a fun little look. And then we can go ahead and embellish it again with some rhinestones. Another quick and simple card, but it's just very beautiful. Okay, these last two card ideas were actually inspired by the 2 sample cards that you're going to get in your starter kit. So you might recall that this is what the cards look like. So this is what you'll create with your starter kit. So this is the starter kit design. And then this is the design that I created. So it's the exact same layout. The only difference is that I used some pattern paper to create mine. So I just changed out the colors a little bit, but it's the exact same design. So if you're looking for a fun product to include in your starter kit, I would highly recommend the Brights Designer Series paper pack. That will coordinate with all of the card pieces that you are going to receive in your starter kit. Okay, and this is the other card that comes in your card kit with your starter kit. So I just took that concept and just created yet another card. So I just changed out the background to use some of that Brights Designer Series paper, but it's the exact same layout as the card that comes in your starter kit. So these are just 2 other ideas for you, and some fun ways to just use the card designs over again to create even more cards. Okay, so there you go. Now you have 4 different card ideas featuring the Queen Anne's Lace stamp set, and you also have a lot of information about the new Get and Go starter kit promotion from Stampin' Up. So I hope you decide to take advantage of this promotion and get all this fun stuff to get you started. I'd love to have you on my team. And if you enjoyed these card ideas, feel free to download the printable tutorial. You can find the link in the description below this video. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by liking it and sharing it with your friends. And leave me a comment below to let me know what you enjoyed most about the video and the cards shared here today. Have a fun and creative day, my friends. Take care.